Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Coach Curt Cignetti Show. Jack Benedict here as we talk with the coach. IUP football, a tough game last week, a tough loss to Slippery Rock, 31-21 at Miller Stadium and Coach Frank Cignetti Field. Curt, tough one against the Rock. We knew it was going to be a tough one going in, and they got up early on you in that game, and of course you had to play come from behind, maybe assess that first half. Could have packed it in at 17-0, but that didn't happen at halftime. It was pretty decent shape.
Yeah. Two tough ones in a row, really. Cal and Slippery Rock back-to-back, that were big games and very, very similar games as they turned out. So, the first half, we stop them right away. We go down, and we're moving the ball very well and muff a field goal. So 2 weeks in a row, the PAT field goal team sort of has hurt us. Their next possession on 2nd and 9, we come up with a blitz, and they have the perfect play called to block the blitz, but the safety is still there to save the day, and we don't make the tackle. So it's a 63-yard touchdown run at 7-0. We go right back down the field on offense, and we don't get it in again. Had the opportunity to kick a field goal. It's on me. I mean, I'd kind of lost some confidence in that unit, its ability to execute after the Cal game and what happened. So my mind was made up that we were in 4-down territory. And, we got behind 17-0, and our defense did a tremendous job of stopping them when we threw the interception on the screen pass and holding them to a field goal. And the offense mustered up 2 quick drives at the end of the half, a lot of great plays by Drew Carswell, good throws by Chase Hazlitt, Brock DeSico. A lot of guys were in on that. 17-14 at halftime. And we have all the momentum in the world. And at halftime, I felt great, team felt great about where we were. So I thought we had a lot of momentum going in the locker room at halftime.
Yeah, should have been a lot of positives there. As we said, they strike early. Green is a great running back. You're down 17-0 as you described. Did the wind have any effect too, from the standpoint of throwing the ball or even kicking the ball in the first half?
It was about a 12, 13 mile an hour wind, but it did not affect, I don't think, either team in terms of what they did. Slippery Rock really played a very conservative game. And ran the ball a lot, and we played excellent defense, to be honest with you, except for about 5 or 6 plays. I mean, now there were a handful of plays where they gained 7, 8 yards in the run game, but it were about 5 plays on defense that killed us. I mean, other than that, we played fairly well and did a tremendous job on 3rd and short. I mean, the number of 3rd and 1s and 2s that we stopped them. I mean, it was just great credit to the defense.
The bottom line is we're talking almost the same thing as last week. Mistakes, turnovers, when you have so many. A bad hold, a shanked punt. Little things like that that's been adding up against you. Last 2 years, you were on the plus side, giveaway, takeaway. That hasn't been the story this year.
Well, look, the whole composition of our offense has changed in what we've done, especially the last couple of weeks. I mean, we've thrown the ball a lot more than I'm really comfortable throwing the ball. And, we make some really good plays in the pass game, but then, we make a huge critical mistake. And before you can win it, you got to not lose it. And we've kind of lost it the last 2 weeks because of the turnover ratio. And, early on, the first couple of years when we had dominant offensive line and, we had great success running the ball, we took very few chances and really protected the ball. Now we got some playmakers on the outside, and, our line is just right now not quite what it's been, but I tell you, they're giving great effort, and I thought they played pretty well, after they settled down the first couple series. I think we could have ran the ball more, to be honest with you. We had some consistent runs. I really wish we'd have run it more a little bit in the second half. There was a series where we started to. We had 3 straight runs for positive plays, but we came up with a hold on the outside at receiver. I still don't see it on tape, but it was called. So that puts you in 1st and 18, and now, we did run it on 2nd and 17, and they scored the next drive. So I thought we were starting to get some momentum going right there. And then we had some unfortunate things happen to us. And the first drive of the second half, thought we had great momentum moving down the field, went for it on 4th down on the 29, threw a fade to Saloth, came up with a great catch, called out of bounds, but there was definite contact on the play, and should have been called, wasn't called. But you got to overcome those things, and we have not overcome them. And at the end of the day, the turnovers are absolutely killing us.
Yeah, they've really been the bugaboo this year. You know, talk about certain instances that happened. I have it here was when it was 31-14, the pass to Carswell where he makes it, he juggles it a couple of times, it pops in the air, and here's Mealy right there to make the catch. Now, you know, these are things that you don't know going to happen, but it seems like these things are happening too often.
Well, they are, and it was 24-14 too, and we hit Walt for 23 yards, and we've got it first down on the 35. And the very next play, you know, we got Brock and Walt open, throw it to Brock, and it's just a little bit behind him, just a hair, and their guy makes a great play deflecting the ball. And ball placement could have been a little better, and they come up with the play. And, you know, otherwise we're rolling, moving, getting ready to make it a three-point game. And that particular play you mentioned, you know, we hit Drew, he kind of double caught the ball. There was a fight for the ball. He's on the ground for a good second, I thought with possession. I can't tell if he's flipping it up in the air. You really can't tell on tape. But the ball then comes up after he's been on the ground, and they called an interception. So, again, those things are going to happen. It's a hard job to be an official. The bang-bang plays, you got to look at a lot of things, and, you know, you've got to overcome adversity.
Yeah.
So we've been very, very close in two big games and just came up short.
Yeah. I know you'd like to the run game, you mentioned about IUP. We're not accustomed to seeing 40, 50 passes a game.
Right.
You know, that hasn't been IUP's way over the years, and I know you'd like to get that running game going better, really establish something.
Yeah, I just think it helps establish the tempo of the game, control the game, and all of a sudden those two-score games become a lot bigger, and you shorten the game too. You keep your defense off the field, so there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, let's talk about some positives. I mean, you know, you look at a game, when you look at your video, you're looking at, it's like if I review a tape, I'm looking for positives and negatives, you know. Kevin Clark, 21 tackles. He's leading the conference. He breaks his own record of this year, and you know, he's a sophomore. You got a couple of guys there on defense that have really played a heck of a game for you.
Kevin Clark had 21 tackles. He's been tremendous all year long. I mean, with Berdahl and Lane out, who have played very little, two all-conference players. But Kevin Clark is playing as good as any linebacker we've ever had here and never comes off the field. And he's about 205 pounds at the most. And Miles Catlin, the other linebacker, had 15 tackles. So, and, you know, we had some great performances on defense. I mean, Karan Gibson inside really played well. Had a great play on the quarterback where he stripped the ball and recovered the ball for a big turnover. And Matt Moad had a great game too. So we had a lot of outstanding individual performances in this football game.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of your freshmen. Have they grown up? You know, I see them in practice. You had mentioned to us on the post game for radio, you can't ask any more of this team because they practice hard, they play hard. Are the freshmen getting better?
Yeah, I think all the freshmen are really getting better. Now, Takai had to come out of the game a little bit. His knee was bothering him. And we haven't gotten Chris Temple in quite as much as we'd like to. But you can really see the progress being made by the other guys that are playing. We've started 6 different freshmen at different times in the season, and, you know, a lot of sophomores too. We've got a pretty young team. So, you know, I like that part of it. And let me say this. This team has worked very hard. This team has done everything we've asked them to do in terms of preparation, practicing, staying focused on the present moment. We've gone into every game really feeling like we were ready. And, you know, we've just had some things happen to us that have prevented us from being quite as successful as we'd like to be. I mean, we're 5-3. A lot of teams would like to be 5-3, but, you know, we've set the bar high. And so, you know, it's not where we wanted to be, but it's where we are, and now we got to deal with it and make the best of it.
All right, still 3 games to go. There's still a way to go in this season. And you've got Clarion next at home. They're down and so on. But they get this quarterback, Connor Simmons, that really had a heck of a game. And it seems every year, no matter how good Cal is, they always give Cal a battle. That was the case last week, wasn't it?
31-26 in the third quarter. a very tight football game. They threw for 370 yards. The quarterback is a transfer from Erie Community College and really plays the position well. They've got a little bit more skill at wide receiver than they've had in the past. They've always been good on the defensive line since I've been here, and all those guys are back. We've had very good success against Clarion since I've been here. That doesn't mean we're going to have that kind of success Saturday, but you know, we prepare well and play like we can play. We'll have a great chance to be successful. So you know, we've got to get our focus moving forward, and I know we will.
Yeah, you know, the thing I remember about Clarion on defense in recent years, and I don't know if it's changed this year, you tell me, they like to blitz. They come at you from everywhere. And of course, you know, giving up sacks has been a problem the last few weeks.
A little bit of blitzing, not quite as much, but they like to put 5 defensive linemen in the game, which a lot of teams won't do against teams that want to run the football. And so I suspect we will see that again. And when we do throw it, you know, let me say this about the sacks. Sometimes the sack is on the line. Sometimes the sack is on the quarterback. And in this particular situation, I think we had a couple opportunities to throw the ball away and we didn't. And, you know, I thought our line really settled in after the game got going. And Ethan Cooper played his best game of the year. Bruce Atkins played really well. So sometimes statistics can be a little bit misleading.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like our rushing totals. I think if we would have gotten a few more at-bats in the second half, you know, our rushing totals would have been a little bit better. So, you know, everybody on the team is working very hard. I got no complaints with the attitude, the work ethic. This is athletics. Sometimes you don't get the result you want. Look, we were picked to win the conference. We had 9 new guys on offense. I was a little surprised we were picked to win the conference, but, you know, we were, because people have seen what we've done. And, you know, it's just, we're very, very close. Very close. But, you know, we're not quite there yet in terms of being a dominant team that can be successful every Saturday. Well,
this is when you not only need your players, but you need the fans to come out again. 2 of the last 3 games are at home. It appears that Westchester is going to be that last game. We don't know yet.
That's right.
Because Bloom beat them. 3 important games coming up.
3 important games. Gannon's having a good season. Westchester's very good. Clarion's a much improved football team. The focus this week's got to be on Clarion. And there's a lot of football left to play. Mathematically, we probably still have some sort of a chance. You know, some things would have to happen because of the strength of schedule at the end of the year. But, you know, we're not thinking like that right now. We got to just rebound from this, from really this game and the game before. Yeah,
okay. All right, well, good luck coming up, Clarion, Coach.
Thanks, Jack.
All right, that's our story with Coach this time around. 1 o'clock kickoff at home against Clarion this week. Come on out and support the Crimson Hawks, won't you? For the coach, this is Jack Benedict. Hope you have a good day.